Okay, I am back. I have a guest here at my feet is my dog Tilly, but I don't know if she'll make an appearance. um, I did a lot. I got his new outfit, which still is it's a little dark, but it's a little bit more. It's closer to what he wears than this neon thing I had going on. So, made from a real scrub. So, anyway, without it being uh, having any stretch at all, it's a little tight, but it just accentuates his muscles even more. So, I have both arms done, and their elbows do go the right way now. There's one arm. Actually, maybe I'll put it in a position where you can actually see it. Okay, well, let me see. Where's his head? Here's his head. Okay, there's his head. Okay, here's one of his arms. Here's the other of his arms. Like, I wish I could do his voice better. Anyway, okay, so all that's left is his lab coat, and for his lab coat, there goes his arms. I have this. It's a kid's lab coat, which may or may not work. I have to be sure to iron it before I get too much farther on this, but I took off a pocket, but I think I took off the wrong one. Yeah, well, all I've done on it is I took off one of these pockets, which goes right here, but I actually need to take this one off and then move it over on this side. So I'm going to be taking off some pockets, I guess. Probably should take off all of them. I also have to take off the collar, and I'm going to use these arms almost exactly as they are, but I'm going to bring the shoulder into about here. So, and also take about 2 inches off of this shoulder. So this will actually fit his arm pretty well. Let me see if I can demonstrate that. As is. And I'm going to hold off putting his arms on until... So actually I need to take out 6 inches off of this arm. But I want to keep the cuff. So I'm going to take off about 6 inches from here, and I'm going to move this in about 3 inches. So there you go. This is the hardest part for me because I don't have a lot of extra material. I have a lot of length, so I guess if I really mess up, I can do it all over from the bottom. But I mean, it might actually be easier if I, there's an idea. So this pocket's actually pretty much in the right spot. He has a pocket. There he is. You got a pocket right there, basically the right shape. I think that's what I'm going to do. Rather than having to take all this off, I'm going to, because I have to also make these a little thinner, the sleeves. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the top off of this and use this. Oh, this is a good idea. We'll see how good of an idea this is when I when I get too much farther in it. Okay. I haven't looked yet. Chase is asking if I found the CDs. I haven't looked in that overhead thing yet. I know pretty much where they are, but I have to go outside and do it. And I've been trying to get this thing done. But I know I have at least one CD. I know where another CD is. And then if I have to, I can copy the third one. So two of the three, there's only 3 CDs. So if there's, I'll have at least 2 of the 3. So anyway. All right, I'm going to cut off. I'm going to take a leap of faith here, and I'm going to cut this thing in half. And I'm also going to line this up so that I don't cut it crooked. But I would love to be able to salvage these snaps. No, I'm not going to be able to salvage these snaps, but I would love to be able to. I'd love to be able to snap these snaps. Okay, there's that one. There's that one. There's that one. Okay, I don't want to cut into these arms yet. Oh boy, this is... I don't want to do this too... Okay, I'm just going to do it. Here we go, guys. Cut it right under the armpit. Here we go. Oh my gosh. And the reason I'm doing this is because I don't need the lapels and I don't need the shoulders as they are, or the collar. There you go. I've got a nice little top coat now. I'm going to take these sleeves off too. But okay, so that's what we have for this. Okay. I probably should take this off, although I don't know if I'm going to need it. It still does seem pretty long. Okay, so I'm going to see how this fits on him now. And what I do is I turn it inside out. Oh, this is great. I'm not going to need all this extra fabric, so this is great. Okay, so it now becomes a double-breasted suit. Okay, I'm going to get rid of this head. It's just going to get in my way. And I'll change this angle so that we can see the table. I think I can do this. Oh, just lost the feed. Just a second. There we go. Okay, so see a little bit of this. All right, so there's his body. I'm not going to need as much of this fabric, so I can cut off more of this pocket. I think I can cut it off right there. Okay, I'm going to cut off a little bit more of this. So I think I can cut it off. So if Lori sees this, she's going to be flipping out about the way I do this. She's actually a real customer. I just find my way. Okay, I should have this on wrong side out when I'm doing this, but I'm going to leave it long so you'll have a little bit more of a body, I think. Oh, it'd be so nice if that pocket was in the right spot, but I think I'm going to have to move it. Okay, well, all right. I'm going to have to take that pocket off. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do that as well. That I mainly want to keep this nice edge at the bottom, but I think that you're right. I'm going to end up using the breast pocket for that because it's a little smaller. I already took it. Did I already take it off? I didn't already take it off. Okay, so you get to watch me do this for a minute. Okay. I think it's probably better to build costumes from scratch than it is to have to alter clothes. Except for the sleeves. Sleeves are always the easiest if you can just graft them on. But it's been my experience that you never have quite enough fabric when you're trying to do it this way. Yeah, this will give me more control over where I have to put that, where I can put that pocket too. But not having a serger, it will be a lot easier. I mean, it'll be a lot better to have a nice finished edge that's been serged. So hey Adam, how's it going? Hi Tilly, how's it going? If you hear any like weird little moans from the background, that's Tilly. She usually growls at me after I've been working on something all day. One bad thing is that the way that this, I don't know if you can see that, there are little holes where they use registration marks on this thing. I don't know how I'm going to get rid of those. Might have to try and sew them shut or something, but oh well. I wasn't the one that put them in there. I mean, I didn't just poke a hole with it. Yeah, I think this was the best way. I mean, I had white fleece. I could have made it all out of fleece, but I think actually using real medical clothes, or in fact costume version of medical clothes, is going to be better in the long run. I think it'll be a better texture. I'm waiting to put the arms on. Like, I had to poke holes in the shirt and in the body to attach the arms. I'm gonna wait till I have the coat kind of figured out, because I want to make sure that the arm holes line up with the arms without putting too many holes in it. Although I kind of know where the arms are going to go. Hi, Tilly. Ah. So here's Tilly. She wanted to visit. I think Tilly wants me to. I already fed her. I already walked her. I think she's just lonely. Huh? You say hi? Not really. Okay, there you go. Yeah, she's very friendly. She likes just about everybody. Very few people I have found that she doesn't like. In fact, sometimes, like when I was doing those Tilly books, it was just before COVID. When I was doing those Tilly books, um, I had it all set up that I was going to go back to my old college and do a book signing, and I got it all set up so that Tilly could be there as well. And then COVID happened, and that whole event got canceled. But yeah, she's super friendly. Yeah, I don't know how helpful this is going to be. It's basically just me figuring it out. There is a big difference between making puppet clothes and though. Um, I'll do a Halloween costume because nobody actually has to live in that costume, but it would be I'd be hard pressed to wear something that I actually made, because it's so easy to make one sleeve a little longer, or not put a gusset where you're supposed to put it. And there's a whole science and art to doing clothes that actually wear correctly. But with a puppet, you can kind of fudge it. Okay, there's one half of it. This pocket just does not want to come off. I know, I'll force it. There we go. Okay, I got 2 pockets off now. So I'm going to have to cover this hole that's right here, because they put a hole in here to mark where the corner of that pocket goes. And I'm going to have to cover it with the other pocket I'm going to put on there. So I might as well get that pocket off now too, so I don't have to worry about it. I'm also going to cut these sleeves off. I'm going to cut it right next to where oh man, okay. I'm already making a mockery of this thing. Okay. I just need one that works. And I actually already made kind of a pattern for, but it won't fit this puppet because I've changed the body shape so much. But I already made a pattern for the body of the Glee puppets, so that it's pretty easy for me to use that blank to make clothes. So I have a sleeve and a front and a back of a shirt that I can modify for that. So I kind of know the shapes I'm going after, but okay, there's one sleeve. I'm making quite an outfit here for Zoidberg. What do I do with my glasses? Well, the one thing about kids' clothes, or you can use kids' clothes for building puppets, but the thing is that, at least with the way I build, they don't really have shoulders, so you always have to take the shoulders out. The parts that I always end up using are like the collars, the bottom if I can, the sleeves, which I end up shortening at the shoulder, and I take the shoulder out too. So it's like I end up taking about 6 to 8 inches out of those clothes anyway. This is the small, I think, of this lab coat. So I can't imagine going any smaller than this. I am glad though that it's not like a fake, like it is a cost. Obviously, there aren't a lot of kids out there that work in a lab, so this is a costume, but it's actually real, like canvas material, as opposed to being like that weird Spirit of Halloween stuff. So I think what I'm going to do, well, I don't really know how I can do that. Okay, so I got 2 sleeves. Okay, I got kind of a weird little vest thing going on here. But I think I can use at least an idea of this part. Wait, sorry. Put my glasses back on. I think I can kind of figure out the shape that I need. Ooh, this is interesting. Well, it's going to be built a little differently. There's part of a pattern here, or part of another panel on the back, which I didn't see before I cut it off. But that should be okay. I'm going to take off this other pattern, this other pocket. Wait, did I already take the pocket off? No, I cut the pocket. Okay, well, I don't have this pocket anymore to, to use that I was going to use. But I will, I'll make a new pocket. I forgot I cut that off. Let's see how much of it I still have. I have half a pocket, but that's okay. All right. I've ruined it. Okay. All right, so I'm going to do this wrong side out. And on all the illustrations I could find, this little flap on the front was slightly off center. So I can't use that as my center line, but it'll be close to it. Okay, so hi, Dave. How's it going? Get on my calendar. All right. So he doesn't have a collar on it. I'm going to have it go down about, I think, like that. The nice thing about foam is I can just pin into it, which is very helpful for somebody who doesn't know how to sew. Close. I think I will actually. If I don't finish them on line, I'll finish them off air. I think I'm going to pattern this, and then I tell you, when I have that sewing machine, it's hard for me to it's hard for me to live stream because I get I have to have really good concentration when I'm using the sewing machine. Otherwise, I end up sewing it backwards, and so I may just get set up with it and then go offline. But yeah, well, I'm pretty close. I'm going to have to pick up some buttons, I think. Okay, so I know I'm not showing you too much. I don't really know too much. I'm just basically, with it wrong side out, I'm trying to pin it so that it's sized correctly. I really should be doing this with another piece of fabric so I can transfer it to this material. But I like to live dangerously, apparently. It's in the center, but it's, you know what? Some drawings, it's off to one side. So I just made a command decision. So I did put it off. I put it off to one side. Too late now. I'm not going to resew it. I put it in the center on the other one, and it always bugged me. I couldn't get it off to one side. That's going to get sewn up like so, I think. I got to get rid of some of this extra fabric. I may need to see if I have any muslin anywhere and do this. Okay, so it's I'm actually pretty even. Okay, so on this, I have lapels to kind of. It's not going to have lapels on the final. I'm going to actually sew up this edge and keep it, not have it. This is the outside. This is the inside. So it's going to be sewn up the inside edge here, and have this V-neck, which I want. Yeah, probably. I'm going to pin it on here. I'm not going to mark it, I think. I don't know that I have any muslin. That's the problem. Again, if there was a Joann Fabrics, I'd just run over there and get some. Okay, so it's getting there. I can cut all this off at least. Here we go. I'm still really high up above here. Actually, where's my big scissors? I know, this is nerve-wracking, isn't it? It's nerve-wracking for me. I mean, if this doesn't work, I have the backup. I can use my my what was I trying to find? I have fleece I can use. It's a great cut. Come on. There we go. There, I'm done. Does that look good? Okay. Okay, I need to fix that. So this is actually where his sleeve is going to show up, end up. I always say stuff like that. I said last night I was talking. I don't remember if you were on here or if somebody else. I know that Laura was on here, and I said that because I was having trouble. I wasn't having trouble. I just was getting frustrated on those claws, and I said, "Okay, I think he's gonna just have one claw, and the others would be a hook on his hand." And I think she thought it was serious when I said that. That's actually looking pretty good. Okay, that needs to. Oh, okay. I'll restart. It's I was doing some graphic design. I think I restarted my machine, but yeah. Oh yeah, I'm jumping all over the place. I'm gonna restart. That'll